Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show with me, Kavita Thapliyal, and there are plethora of funds available in the market to invest your hard-earned money in. But how do you assess which is the right fund for your portfolio? What are the criteria that one should look at? To help you navigate through this maze, today we have Pankaj Mathpal, MD, Optimum Money Managers, to answer all of your questions. Also, do not forget to send us your portfolio queries on our WhatsApp number, which is 8657974571. You can also email us your questions on themoneyshow@etnow.tv. So, good evening and welcome to the show, Pankaj. Let's begin with Apeksha's question that we have for you. And Apeksha wants to do an SIP of 5,000 rupees monthly for 15 to 20 years. And so far, she's confused as to what kind of fund she should be opting for, or which should be her first fund, if that's the kind of investment she's planning to do for the first time. She wants your guidance, and so clearly she looks like someone who's fresh into the investment domain, okay? And a lot of times, I'm glad that she sent us her question, Apeksha. Thank you so much, because a lot of time, for what first timers do, Pankaj, is they begin with a mid cap or a small cap fund. At least looking at the mid cap and small cap frenzy that we are seeing, that's a usual and an obvious choice. But because she's come to us for guidance, what kind of strategy you think Apeksha can opt for? Because 5,000, decent amount of money to start your investment journey with.
Kavita, good evening. And see, as you mentioned, that new investors sometimes they do not take the correct decision about the investment. And when it's a choice of schemes, let me tell you, the most important thing is the factors like your objective investment, risk appetite, and investment horizon. So in this question, you can see that only she has mentioned that she wants to invest for 15-20 years, means her investment horizon is quite long. But what is the objective investment, how much money she wants to accumulate, still that is missing. But based on the information what is available, I'll say that she can invest this money in two schemes. One will be a multi-cap fund because she wants to invest for 15-20 years. So in long term, definitely diversified funds will be a better choice. So Aditya Birla Sun Life multi-cap fund can be a good choice. And another scheme can be Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund, which is another diversified fund and also has international exposure. So I suggest she should invest in these two schemes. And one more thing I want to add, that if she wants to invest 5,000 per month and we calculate at 12% CAGR, she can expect around 46 lakh in 20 years. But because it's a long investment horizon, I suggest she should opt for step-up SIP, where she can decide some percentage of investment. For example, if she opt for 10% increment every year, so in the same period of 20 years, she can expect around 96 lakh rupees. So 93 lakh, rather, I'll say the right calculation, around 93 lakh. So my suggestion to the new investor, they can start with a smaller amount, but with time, they should increase their SIP amount year after year. That is more important.
All right, so the choice of funds that you have recommended, Aditya Birla Sun Life multi-cap and a flexi cap. So any specific reason why after having a specific flexi cap, you suggested that she should be having a multi-cap?
Correct. See, Kavita, there is no guarantee in flexi cap that you will have every time all the market caps. So it fund managers will decide that whether they want exposure in large cap, mid cap, or small cap. But sometimes we see that fund managers, they take some decision based on their style of investment or their understanding, but we see that they miss some rally. So if she invests in two funds where she knows that she has exposure across large cap, mid cap, and small cap, and at the same time, she will have one fund where the choice is available with the fund manager, and she can get the benefit of that. So because the horizon is 20 years, 15 years long, in this period, if she opts for this strategy, I think it will be beneficial for her.
All right, let's move on to next question, which is from Vineet. And Pankaj, Vineet wants to understand about different type of cost involved. So 1 crore corpus in 15 years with a monthly contribution of 10,000 rupees. he wants to understand what kind of a fund mix he should be having, a small cap, mid cap, flexi cap, an index fund, and ETF. A 10,000 rupees investment and with a 10% annual step up is what is his plan. And considering all the criterias, where the risk reward ratio, the expense ratio, the AUM, etc., what should be the strategy is what is Vineet's question.
Correct. Kavita, see, for 15 years, we know that um, different sectors will perform differently at the different time period. At the same time, that if you talk about the market caps, we know at this point of time, we are expecting that large cap may outperform small caps. But when we talk about 15, 20 years, then we understand that all the market caps have their importance in the portfolio. And because he wants to accumulate 1 crore rupees in 15 years, so it means he's expecting around 15% CAGR. And that too, if he invest means 10,000 per month and stepping up by 10% every year, it means with the CAGR of 15%, it is possible to accumulate 1 crore rupees. So in this case, I'll suggest that he should have investment in 3 funds. One will be large cap, ICICI Prudential Blue Chip Fund can be a good choice in this category. Then one mid cap fund, and that is Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund. And also, I suggest that he should consider one small cap fund, which is Axis Small Cap Fund. So 3 funds for long term.
All right, let's move on to a very interesting question, Pankaj, which is from Shreya, and Shreya is 63 years old. And right now she has 50 lakhs and she wants to understand whether this money can be invested in lump sum in mutual funds, or she should be putting this money, parking this money in fixed deposit. And she also wants to understand the kind of interest she can earn from this investment in mutual funds as well as in fixed deposit. We really don't have Shreya on the phone line because this would have been a very important discussion, not only with Shreya but also for other viewers who have this kind of money and are confused looking at the fixed deposit rates and the volatility in the market where to put the money. So also we don't know what is her status of income right now, whether she needs money, regular income from this investment or not. We don't have that clarity. But having said that, looking at the fixed deposit rate, and also Shreya comes under the category of senior citizens where you have a slightly better rate as compared to a normally aged person in fixed deposit. So Pankaj, looking at the scenario and the amount of money is 50 lakhs, how should she diversify this money across asset classes where she can make the best of equity as well as fixed income instruments?
Kavita, definitely means she should have investment across the asset classes. And fixed deposit, she should invest means some part of her this corpus. The reason is that she may need liquidity as well. So say 5-10 lakh rupees she can allocate in fixed deposit, and that too means in more than one banks. If she parks that money, it will be better. But because we know that returns are not very attractive on this fixed deposit, so one choice is senior citizens savings scheme, because it's a government run scheme, and the rate of interest at present is 8.20%, which is better compared to bank fixed deposit. So she should consider this. The limit is 30 lakh rupees for one individual. But again, if her goal is whether the long term and whether she wants the regular income, that depends on that as well. But to beat the inflation, she must have some allocation in equity. So instead of investing in pure equity funds, she can invest in some balance advantage funds or conservative hybrid funds, because conservative hybrid funds will have some 10% to 25% allocation in equity and rest in debt. And when she opt for balance advantage fund, there may be higher allocation in equity. So based on her risk appetite and her need, she should divide this money, some part in fixed deposit, some part in senior citizen saving scheme, and some part must be in hybrid mutual funds. That is my suggestion for her.
All right, with that, it's a wrap. Thank you so much, Pankaj, for being on the show and helping our viewers with their financial portfolio queries today. And I'm going to leave our viewers with our WhatsApp number and email ID where we keep waiting for your mutual fund portfolio queries. So anything, whether you want to enter a fund, exit a fund, or you want to align a fund with any of your financial goals, be it your retirement, your child's education, or buying a home for yourself. So you can WhatsApp that question. 865-797-4571 is the number. You can also email us your questions on the Money Show at etnow.tv. So places where we keep waiting for your queries, and do your life financial planning on the show by our experts. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.